What's up, everybody? It's Troy here, and welcome back to another Castle of RotWK Plat version 8. Today we have a 2v2 on Anorien II, which is a lovely map with a signifier in the center. Anyway, we have Plat as our first player. Up here in the top left is Angmar, and his ally in the top right is Glaurung, also as Angmar. Bottom right, we have Bauer as Mordor. And the bottom left, his ally is Jaberwauke as Elves. Very nice. So we get an Elf, Mordor versus double Angmar. Very cool. Alright, hopefully it's a good match, as always. Let's see what we got here. We got Thrallmaster, of course, coming out for Plat. We're probably going to have the same exact thing coming out for Glaurung. Yes, Glaurung. There it is, a little slower than Plat's. He's going for more of an eco start, perhaps. And we got, of course, Jaberwauke going for lowering archers. I am using the HD edition of Rise of the Witch King, by the way. So if you're wondering why your units look different, it's not because I have a special version 8. It's because I have a graphics mod called the Rise of the Witch King HD edition. It's not released. It probably never will be. So I wouldn't get your hopes up for that. But that's why some of my units look different than yours. Question answered. I feel like I have to do that every stream. Or cast, rather. I'm not streaming. These are the rare videos where I'm not streaming for once. Recorded YouTube only. Blow your mind. Probably shouldn't. Anyway, of course got the Anorien archers here. Going up against some Gundabads and some Rudar spearmen. Even with a rally call, they're probably not going to do super well. They might still win, but at what cost? He's pulling back. I think it's a wise choice there. Glaurung's, of course, doing the same, creeping this war glare in the center, and then bringing forth this stuff there. I like that. I like that model of building. It's kind of cool. It almost looks like a Rohirrim building or church or something. Yeah, better pick this creep up. Get that creep gold. There we go. Bauer's bringing the orcs, it looks like. Interesting. Somebody started snowbind. Plat has started, of course, Plat being this guy, has started War Chant. He's also getting a second Hall of the King's Men. Jaberwauke started Rally Call, he's the elf player. Glaurung, this Angmar, started a snowbind. I like it. It did save him a farm. And Angmar with more eco is more good. No? It makes sense. Does it make sense? I don't know. But he chose it. Mordor's gone for the Eye of Sauron. Eye is kind of a popular choice now for Mordor, more so than it was in version 7, because it, of course, leads to industry now, as the Mordor power tree has been rearranged for a bit more balance. So that's pretty good. I like seeing the Eye used more. It doesn't give as big of a buff as a War Chant. 33% damage armor. It's leadership, basically. As where, of course, a Rally Call would have been 50% damage in armor. But you can move the Eye around and put it on different units. Also use it to spy on things. So it's actually very versatile. I do rate the Eye. It's quite good. And of course it stacks with... It doesn't stack with leadership. Okay. So if you got Gothmog, for instance, it wouldn't be stacking with his leadership. So that's something you have to keep in mind, because Rally Call would stack with Gothmog's leadership. Making it perhaps a better choice for buffing your units, of course. Gothmog is a better... He is more frequently seen in just early game Mordor in general, because he comes now level 1 leadership for orcs. Or is it just leadership for everything? I can't remember. I think it's leadership for orcs, but he has fear resistance for everything at level 5 or 6 or whatever it is. He's been tweaked a bit for version 8, making it a bit more useful. And he is quite good. He's a very good starting hero for Mordor to have. And I appreciate buffs to him. We do have Cav, of course, here for a Bauer. Can be useful, can also be not so useful. Ooh, decided to thread the needle there. And you know what? I'd say, for the most part, that went alright. You know, lost one model off the calf, which overall isn't too bad. We got Exors, Gundabads, Pikes here and stuff. He left a single orc wailing away at his farm. Look at him go! Oh, his wailing's done. No more wailing. Leave the wailing to the Japanese. It's a real life joke for you. Ooh. Too real. Too real. Anyway. We got Easterlings out, yeah? Oh, he just gonna say he doesn't really need them, but there is actually Cav for Angmar there. Oh, they're not the best Cav. They're still Cav, and they'll still do substantial amounts of damage to the boys. Old boys. And of course the elves. It looks like the bottom team's basically on a defensive formation here. Signifier has been captured by Plat. It's like, who is it again? Signifiers no longer reduce the power recharge rates of powers, though. So, it is literally just for vision now. But, it does give you a fair amount of vision, to be fair. In a map like this, still very useful. It's very central. It gives you a lot of vision over the map. In some maps, not so great. And there's a lot of useful signifiers that are in bad spots now. But you can destroy signifiers now, so if you ever wanted to do that, there you go. You can do that. They're still pretty tanky, I think, though. So I'm not sure if it's worth the time. Alright, Bauer is putting himself in an aggressive position here. He's got the buff from the eye, although not really putting it over his troops very well. It does actually need to be over your units to buff them, it turns out. So perhaps he might want to micro that a little better. We got some Mirrors of Galadriel there, and some statues being built from Jaberwauke to help his ally out on this side. Always nice. Good stuff for team games. If your ally, of course, can't build them because he's an evil faction, build him some wells. Let him heal up his cav and his fun things, so he doesn't have to keep rebuying them. Haldir has made an appearance. There he is, the beautiful boy. And he is whittling down that stuff. But the elves might be a bit overwhelmed here. There's a lot of Rudar units. And a Gundabad summon behind the flanks. Very nice. That's gonna mean decimation. I like the army composition here from Glaurung, or Plat rather. Sorry. He's got dire wolves for taking out the pikes and chasing down units. He's got the Gundabads, of course, from the summon, and lots of pikes and one pike at least, and just lots of Exors. And the Exors are now going to be very useful for taking those structures, as well as killing units. So Jaberwauke is probably in a bit of a pickle here, if Plat keeps that aggression up. But it looks like Bauer is actually going on the offensive into Plat's base. And he's going to do a bit of damage to his eco and stuff. Glaurung is, of course, going to help him out. He's got some units here as well, but he's also being attacked at his base also. He's going to have to defend there. He does have a level 3 Hall of the King's Men, though, so he can start getting Dark Rangers if he wants, or, of course, Black Numenorians from level 2, if he so desires. Rangers are always good. A real strong combo, of course, with Angmar is just get some Rangers, get your banners, get long shot, and then throw one long shot the enemy to shit. It's a very strong combo. It goes wonderfully well, of course, with the Power of Blight. Or even Well of Souls, I guess. Well of Souls has a similar effect. I don't know if we'll see any Sorcerer play this game, but Sorcerers, of course, are a little better in version 8. They can do some of their stuff, like, they can Soul Freeze instantly, I believe, which is pretty nice. There's no, like, super delay in it. And they have something else that had to do with them. But they're generally very, very good support units, as long as you can keep them alive and micro them out of the way. I'd say sorcerers are a very good boon to any army. Of course, there's Waldar, bearing my face, because why not? But he's always good for leadership and stuff. We do indeed have Dark Rangers here for Glaurung. Plat is, of course, going for more of a wildman way. Of course, with Waldar, you get the leadership for Axors, Hillman. Just any Rudar unit gets buffs next to him. And, of course, the kills. I think only kills from Rudar units give you money. We do have, of course, a Fell Beast. This one is Kamul. Kamul and Morgamir, of course, are identical, but they have names regardless. I mean, realistically, you could just change them to Fell Beast, the names, if it wasn't for the fact that they could dismount. But I guess you could just change the name to Nazgul, also. Doesn't really matter. But anyway, with the introduction of that's going to add, of course, the aerial combat dynamic into things. The Elves, of course, could also go for an Eagle if you wanted. Level 10 Eagles no longer crash the game in version 8. Thank God for that. And Eagles are fairly good now. They can be quite a good choice. And once you get the infrastructure up, they're only like 1,000, which isn't too bad for having an air unit. Fell Beast will be very useful, though, if you can keep it out of harm's way. It can, of course, drop very rapidly if he sends it into the wrong engagement, or perhaps what have you. Looks like he decided to capture the signal fire. There we go. Lots of Lorien archers, pikes, and halberd there is what Jaberwauke's rolling with. Seems to be working pretty well. I mean, eventually he'll probably take up to Mirkwoods. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. He could stay on Lorien archers and just go for armor and Silverthorns or something if you wanted. I mean, armor does make them more durable. It's not something you see super often. Most players would opt to go for Mirkwoods without armor than have Lorien archers with armor. Just because the best defense is a good offense, really. The age-old saying, and it's not wrong. Kill the enemy before he gets to you, you're not going to take any damage. Also, your archer clumps are probably going to die to a watcher or something anyway. Not in this game, but in general. Barrage, watchers. These kind of clumpy armies tend to meet some sort of fate if the game goes long enough. Alright, Jaberwauke's making a push here against Plat. Plat has himself some Dark Rangers as well now. The Dankister Rangers. Looks like Bauer is also helping in a little harassment over here also. There we go, we got a Fellwind. I was going to say, Fellwind Longshot. You should generally put your Longshot down before Fellwinding, I think. Because that's when the unit's going to start to run away. We got Noldors on the field. Very cool. A very, very strong Elven unit, of course. The mini hero horde for Elves. Give you a little taste of the HD edition Noldor. They look like the Last Alliance Elves. Pretty sweet. Pretty sure that's what they look like anyway, just a higher texture version. Unfortunately for him, though, they've been Fellwinded right into some Barrow-wights and a Gundabad summon, and they got ravaged. Very nice. They were actually scared of the Barrow-wights. I don't know if you saw them cowering, but they were. It looks like we have a giant summon here from Plat. He's going for the kill on Jaberwauke's fort. Will Jaberwauke be able to withstand the beating? I think his fort's lost. There's no way he's going to stop these giants. This one giant will take it even if he kills this one. Will they be able to recover? I have no idea. He's still got a builder. At least one. He's still got his hero. He's still got a little bit of an army. Oh, this builder is in dangerous territory there. He's lucky he didn't lose it. For some reason, these guys stopped shooting him. The Northern team definitely dominating this match. He does have a battalion of Noldors and a barracks over here, of course. Looks like he upgraded this one to level 3 to get those Noldors. Interesting. But Jaberwauke's base is pretty much dead here. And that's going to be problematic, to say the least, for the southern team. Plat's base still standing. He is missing some farms around here and there. It looks like no, this is Bauer. It's Glaurung. Glaurung's base is doing pretty well. Bauer over here, he's got a level 3 Haradrim Palace. Doesn't have fire arrows or anything, but he does have the ability to make Haradrim archers. Or get fire arrows if he wants. He is going for Black Riders. Very nice. Black Riders could be a very useful tool here. Trampling the crap out of these archers, killing Waldar. They got all kinds of uses. And I'd honestly say there's not a lot of pikes. And are Black Riders scared of 1 battalion of Rudar Spearmen? Probably not. They're not very good. They'll do some damage, of course. 3 battalions of Rudar Spearmen. Perhaps. Then you gotta worry. Is that a level 5 Thrall? Level 5 Thrall Axler. Wow. That's something you see every day. But it is something you see today. Very nice. Ooh, we got an arrow volley going down. Only hitting the tail end of the army. Choosing not to shoot the Black Riders through there is probably wise. He should really cut around and go through. Could do a lot of damage. He does need to get level 2 though. The Kremul has dismounted. The Fell Beast on foot can be very useful, to be honest. Nazgul's on foot, I wouldn't underestimate. They do get Drevasage level 2, of course. They can use their Screech. Which something was changed about that. I think they couldn't use Screech before when they weren't off the Fell Beast. I could be wrong. Something like that. I thought they could only use their Screech on Fell Beast, but now they can use it off. I believe that was a version 8 change. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm almost never wrong. So, I'm probably lying. Oh, that might be wrong. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Felwyn long shots are brutal. We got Morgamere on the field now for Plat. He's also got Dark Anorriens. Oh yeah. This is a pretty cool game so far. Very back and forth. I'm enjoying this one. Lots of action. And we've seen a base fall, but they're still not down. In fact, they could still come back from this. Jaberwauke is building a new fort. He's got an Enmoot. He's got a couple barracks, a few effects. They've still got wells, still got armies. I'd say they're in very good shape still, even without his base. Plower-wise, we got Giants, of course, for Plat. 9 power points in the bank. Jaberwauke's got 7 power points in the bank if freaking wood, but he cannot, of course, use powers yet. Soon, though. We got Summon Whites, and 4 power points after that. Then we've, of course, got Industry and Arrow Volley. Best things that Bauer has, rather. 4 power points in the bank. Industry is definitely going to help out. Uh-oh. That's going to kill a few. Oof. Those poor Easterlings, they were so young. Now we've got his catapults out in front here. It's a good bait, though. And here comes the thing summon. Barrow Whites. Barrow Whites are very strong. They hit like trucks. And of course they have life leech, so when they hit, they heal again. It's actually a very good 10-point power. But they can also die very quickly without getting anything done, so it depends on how they're used, I suppose. The Felbeast has been mounted, as there is not much in the way of anti-air here. He's going to be ravaging them. There is, of course, a couple Axors, but too much to be feared. We do have Haradrim Marchers now. Probably have for a while, but I'm just now noticing them. Of course, got Mirkwoods here. Mirkwoods and Noldors. And he used a Gundabad summon to kill a Catapult. I don't know if that was a super good use of a Gundabad summon. I guess if you can get some of these statues out of the way with them, it'd be good, but of course the Felbeast is right there ready to stop any of that. The northern team has a very good power set, of course, having 2 Angmars. You get 2 Felwinds, you get 2 Snowbinds, 2 Blights, if you can level up enough. Oh! Bauer with the play! Oh, I thought he was going to kill Morgamir there. I thought he was cutting him off and then waiting. He opted not to kill him for some reason. I think he could have. He did get a nice charge to the archer, though, at least. I'm not sure what that was about. There was no one even near that when he went off. Who's the host of this game, by the way? I forgot to look. Plat is the host of this match. In case you're wondering. Oh yeah, levels is level 5. You can summon Hillman, of course, at level 5. Which is pretty nice. Let's see what Glaurung's army is like here. He's got some archers trying to whittle us down. Oof. If you can get rid of that Felbeast, that'll be huge for them. It's been real annoying to them. Oh my god, the Black Riders have almost died. Luckily for them, though, he's got 3 wells here, which will increase the rate at which he respawns his battalion. Not increasing, of course, the rate at which the units heal them up themselves. Just the respawn rate. And look how quickly the Nazgul have reformed. It's like they weren't even dead. They should have stayed dead. We have an Ent here. Is this a new Ent model, one of them? I think this is the one I refer to as the fat one. I don't remember which Ents are new, but there's some new Ent models in version 8, if you didn't know. Which is pretty cool, I guess, as long as they don't look out of place. They seem fine to me. Levels Morgamir. Morgamir's level 3. Level 5 he gets Morgan Blade. Got some Hill Trolls now. Which are excellent pikemen. Wow, this is very, somebody needed command points, as he's cramming his slaughterhouses in, just so he can get some units. Which is wise, of course, because he's gonna need the troops. Is that a Witch King? It's a Witch King. He's got the Dreadwrath ability. She unlocks level 2. Which is a better version of Dread Visage, of course. The Witch King is cool as hell. I mean, you can't really see him while he's moving, but he's a beautiful boy. Southern Team's army is looking pretty beastly. Does anyone have any mega powers? Plat's got Summon Giants. We got Summon Ents for Jaberwauke. They could go for a push and take a fort here. Glaurung has 12 power points, but nothing yet. And 10 power points for Bauer, but nothing yet. Okay, he also got Barricade, it looks like. Interesting. Well, if he has the fat Ent, and then he gets the summon Ents, he could potentially take a base. They will, of course, have 2 Snowbinds. Well, Plat doesn't have Snowbind. But he probably will if he's about to lose his fort. Because he has the banked power points to do so. Bauer, currently, is fighting off a little invasion here. We got summoned giants in his base. It doesn't look like they got much done, as Bauer's army was far too strong. Here we go, there's the summon Ents. Doesn't the ant just look fat? Compared to like this little skinny bitch. He's a beefy boy. Ooh, here's a blight. Oh yeah, I love a good blight. Too bad these weren't level 2. Then he could have long shot it. Although, shooting him to death also works. He lost the level 3 Hall of the King's Men, but I think he's not going to lose too much more than that. I think Plat should be okay. Meanwhile, Bauer is bringing the pain over here to Glaurung. I forgot Glaurung's name like 7 times already. I don't know why. But I'd definitely say Bauer. Late game Mordor is something to be feared. I mean, so is Angmar, of course. But I'd say Bauer has much more scary stuff than Glaurung does. Glaurung doesn't even have his heroes, really. He's just got Waldar. Waldar's good, but he's not that good. He's no Witch King. And of course, having Black Riders is going to be brutal. Ooh. You should go for the kill of the heroes while they're knocked down. Look at Waldar. Send these after this! They have the sword thing as well. Oh, he died anyway. Somehow. Why is he just ignoring Mordor? Just turn around and murder him. He's terrified of Mordor. I can't believe it. I guess that was it. Did the Southern team win? I'm gonna guess the Southern team won that. I wasn't expecting such a sudden end to the replay. I'm gonna be honest. So, the power of deduction, Southern team wins. They're definitely winning, though. Let's be real. It was looking real dicey for the Northern team. I'd say Bauer was poised to win pretty easily on his side. And Jaberwauke, once he recovered, probably would have done the same. Anyway, sorry about the abrupt ending, but I didn't know. I don't pre-watch replays, so so I get to live it with you guys, but sometimes they're bad. I would say that was a good game though, regardless of having a abrupt ending. Cool. Well played to those guys. That was good. And I do love a good 2v2. So hopefully I can find some more good replays of 2v2s that aren't shit. Excellent. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.